Hi everybody. I'm glad you all came here today, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite animes, but also one of my favorite ideas of all time. And that idea is the idea of living in a world where either full computer brain interfaces are a thing, or just hyper realistic virtual reality. And this might seem super random, and I am taking a bit of a risk, talking about this because people have very mixed feelings about Sword Art Online and things like it. But today I'm going to talk about why I like not specifically Sword Art Online, but the idea of a fully virtual computer brain interface or hyper-realistic virtual reality technology. And at the end of the video, or maybe soon, so most people see it, I'll talk about why I'm talking about this. So I guess I guess I'm going to go actually on that right away. So the reason I bring this up, and I'll put this as a link in the description, is there's a really cool event on July 18th, 2020. Here are the times. So Saturday, July 18th, 2020, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., I believe, and Sunday from July 19th from 3 p.m. to, oh, maybe it's the full time. Anyway, this is called the NeroTech Gaming Talk or Summit or whatever you want to call it. And the reason I want to talk about this, and well, one, it's coming up soon. Two, it's a topic that's really near and dear to me because I've been very interested in this since I discovered Sword Art Online as a teenager. So what is this about? There are many different companies. I only really know of Tesla Suit, and let's just Google that real quick. Tesla Suit. Yeah, so this is like a full body haptic suit to get like haptic feedback, which is like when you're shot with a bullet in a game, you'll feel like a buzz or something, you know? But a lot of these things, so this whole conference is going to talk about the actual reality of computer brain interfaces in our current time and what work is currently being done on them. Which honestly, if you told me even last year that this conference would even happen, I would have laughed at you and said, "Stop making fun of me." It'll never happen. But these companies are all coming together to talk about the future of virtual reality, computer brain interfaces, and hyper-realistic virtual reality. And I'm super excited about that. So let's go back to talking about my favorite anime. So Sword Art Online, very mixed feelings about it. A lot of people have them. And, tough. I think the reason I like this show so much is because I found it in a time in my high school career where, I don't know, I liked the idea of an escape into a virtual world, an escape into who knows what. So, just a quick summary. Sword Art Online, they have these, like, weird looking, they're called nerve gear, where you put on your head, and it's supposed to take you into a virtual world. It, like, paralyzes you, and you go into a video game, pretty much. And you can move around and feel things, smell things, taste things, all sorts of things. Shocker, this turns out to be a big plot device, and people get stuck in the game because, they're paralyzed. What are they going to do? And the whole plot is about beating the game so that you can escape it. And, I mean, that's a big generalization of the entire series, but that's how it starts off. Later, that shit is replaced with an atmosphere, which is a more sleek version. I think it's less powerful in the story. I don't know. I don't want to delve too much into it. But it's supposed to be a different kind of thing. A similar show to Sword Art Online, actually, first off, I highly recommend looking into Sword Art Online, maybe reading the actual books first, because I think the anime actually skips over a lot of things, and I think if I had watched the anime first, I think I would have found it super cringy. And the reason I think that is the actual books go into more detail, and they talk more about he does a lot of world building, which is something that I really, really appreciate in stories, and which is why I am going to talk about a certain other thing soon. But yeah, so I was just reading the novels first. They're super great. They really build and flesh out a world, and to me, it really took me right into the world reading these books. Another thing like this is called Log Horizon. It has a similar concept, although they don't flesh out the like how they got into the video game as much. So I'm just actually starting the series. I don't know a ton about it, but yeah, this is Log Horizon. I think these are both on Hulu, maybe just Log Horizon, but yeah. And last but not least, I want to talk about Ready Player One. So it's really funny how this happened to me. So I read the books and watched the anime for Sword Art Online. Loved the idea of a brain-computer interface. I was engulfed by the idea of maybe one day being able to explore these virtual worlds. And then I read Ready Player One. And Ready Player One this is a poster for the movie, but I highly, highly recommend the book. Um, and maybe also the movie, but I think the book does a better. They super simplified it for the movie, as you know they most of the time do. So I would really highly recommend reading the book. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Ready Player One. Sword Art Online is like the ideal, besides getting stuck in the video game, the ideal world of being able to travel into vast worlds that we could never travel to in real life. Ready Player One is a more realistic approach to that. And what I mean by that is it's a dystopian future where a lot of people live in these, they call them the stacks. This is something that was really cool in the movie. They're like stacks and stacks of trailers, super sketchy, a lot of poverty. But something that's interesting is in order to escape this poverty, the little money that people do have, they spend on virtual reality to escape their world, to go to worlds they never could, to meet new people. And I really like Ernest Cline's the way that he paints the world in a similar way to SAO, where Sword Art Online, where I really felt like it could happen, like I was there. And I like Ready Player One because it gave me not hope in the way that I hope this is how the world turns out, but hope that we could one day have a somewhat similar experience to Sword Art Online, where there's this really big actual like escape into a virtual world. And that brings me back to the NeroTech gaming event. This really talks about, this is really a combination of people talking about high immersion virtual reality and also how brain-computer interfaces will change the gaming industry. And the reason I think this is more important than ever is in our time of quarantine and isolation, I feel like now more than ever, virtual reality could actually catch on. The thing that's really been standing in the way of virtual reality development, and I have a Quest, I love it more than almost anything in the world. An Oculus Quest, highly recommend if you can. But what I mean by this is now more than ever is the time for virtual reality to change the world. It can connect people when it's really not possible to connect physically because you can't go places. You can tour museums. You can go to school and actually raise your hand. I think now, this unfortunate circumstance with COVID-19, this could lead to some really big changes that I personally didn't expect to ever see in our lifetime. Maybe call me a pessimist, I don't know. But so this NeroTech gaming event, there's two separate things. The NeroTech gaming event is talking about brain-computer interfaces and the future of gaming in high immersion virtual reality. What I'm talking about is how excited I am that this tragedy of this pandemic might trigger change that I've been hoping for since I read Ready Player One. A world where virtual reality is mainstream, where anyone can access this network of infinite knowledge and infinite places. Just imagine the possibilities of being able to go into this massive virtual world from your couch. I think the idea to me is beyond appealing, and I think now more than ever, companies may start to try and invest in this. Whether it be, actually, let me look this up. Facebook Horizon. Yeah, so Facebook is trying to make their own virtual reality thing. And yeah, so it's Facebook owns Oculus, and what was I saying? Yeah, so I have an Oculus Quest, and Facebook is potentially going to release this Facebook Horizon. Now, what's Facebook Horizon? Facebook Horizon is the next generation of a social media platform where people in virtual reality can walk around, talk, meet people, play games. It's the next generation of social network where people can honestly, to me, in Ready Player One, it's called the Oasis. Facebook Horizon and big corporations getting behind big, massive virtual reality worlds, this is the first step to the Oasis, to high immersion virtual reality like Sword Art Online. Companies investing in like this and like stirring up actual um, interest is so exciting. And this is not even the most exciting thing. Now, anyone who knows me in real life knows that I do not like Apple. I think personally, and I'm not going to go into it here, maybe I'll make a separate rant video. Personally, I think all their products are overpriced and not for a valid reason. I'm going to end it there because I don't want any Apple hate. I have an iPad. I'm a massive hypocrite. But regardless, Apple has been acquiring augmented reality and virtual reality developers and companies and startups for several years now. Now, I don't like Apple. I'm going to say this again because, I can say what I want. But honestly, a company as massive as Apple with as big a following as Apple has, also, augmented reality, for those who don't know, is instead of virtual reality, where the whole world is virtual, augmented reality is where they take the world and change it. So, with that in mind, actually, let me show you something real quick. It's so funny. It's such an informal video. I'm so sorry if it's not your style, but I'm just, in case you couldn't tell, I'm super excited about this kind of stuff. So let's see. What was I doing? Ordinal Scale AR, maybe? Let's see. Here we go. This is it. So this is in the Sword Art Online movie. I don't know if you can tell, but let me see if I can find a better GIF here. So in Ordinal Scale, which is the SAO Sword Art Online movie, you can see there's like a heads-up display kind of thing where they have an augmented reality set, like headpiece that pretty much everyone wears almost all the time. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Let's see. What I really want to show you is this mapping of the world. So if you can see in the background, their augmented reality headset is mapping the buildings and changing them. And why is this cool? This is just a bunch of sci-fi stuff, but it's not. Let me tell you. So the Oculus Quest, they just released this kind of tracking thing, which is honestly the first step. I'm trying to find the video from 2019. Where is it? Pretty much, the Oculus Quest sensors allow you to almost kind of map the room, and once the room is mapped like this, they can superimpose things on top of it. Now, Oculus Quest has only black and white cameras. It's not meant for augmented reality, but it's the first step in super powerful augmented reality like we saw in Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, which is not here. Where was it? Where it fully maps over the world, and they can play this massive multiplayer online game in the actual world. Just imagine like Pokemon Go on steroids. So this is very off topic. How did I get here? So Apple is making an augmented reality headset. Now, will their augmented reality headset be able to do this? Absolutely not. Is it the first step to getting something like this? I believe so. And while I don't support Apple as a company, if what Apple does leads to the making of the mainstream augmented reality and virtual reality, more power to them. With this NeroTech event, Apple acquiring augmented reality steps being the first step to the ordinal scale, and Facebook Horizon being the first step towards an oasis like Ready Player One, as depressing as 2020 can be sometimes, I'm excited. And I really hope that I've sparked someone's interest and maybe get other people passionate about virtual reality and augmented reality. while I don't want to escape the world as much as I did in my high school days, I know a lot of people do and want to. And I think it's the next step forward in humanity, and in technology. And I really think I there are infinite possibilities with the internet, and a physical internet where you can really almost feel and actually go places and learn things in person almost. It'll change everything. It'll change how we do everything. And it might make these shitty times with quarantine just a little bit better. So here's my long, super long rant about virtual reality and augmented reality. Sorry if I bored anybody, but I hope I sparked someone's interest. And yeah, reach out if you have any questions or comments, or if this kind of stuff excites you as well. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, share if you feel like it. And I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, and are having a fantastic week. So yeah, let me know in the comments if this kind of stuff excites you as much as it excites me. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye!